Now, the rest of the story.
Well, here we are in the combine again, and I'm correcting a mistake and a statement I made in a previous video. But I had these cab monitors wired up wrong, and I'll show you here in a second. Because what I would like to do when I shut this switch off is everything powers down. Now, before this video here, both these cameras would stay on perpetually. I can, whatever. Well, I know better. I knew better. I thought I knew better. And the plugs that come from Deere that plug into this power strip down here, they have 3 different pins on them, or 3 different leads, 3 wires, which what that does is one is powered for constant hookup to the battery, so it's powered 100% of the time. The orange wire is keyed power. I've done a couple of these. I should know better. So I already did the one, as you could see. And on the bench, oh, you guys want a quick catch up on the combine? We went through 2 shoe auger bearings were bad. I found those upon casual inspection. We put a new end cap or new boot on the end of the unloading auger. We were able to reuse the metal straps, but the rubber and the plastic piece, they're designed to fail, or it's a fail-safe to make sure that you don't cause catastrophic damage if, say, you dip your boot down into a gravity wagon and the corn has nowhere to go. The corn will shove its way out the end of the auger versus, plugging that all the way back up and then causing a catastrophic failure. Dad has gone through, he's got all the shields on. This assembly right here, which I'm not taking all the shields back off, I'm sorry guys. That's been put back together. The cab cam in the grain tank is put together. My buddy Ryan, my parts guy buddy, we have, I wish I had my Nebo, my light, this 3-strand belt, or 3-ribbed belt, however you want to say it. I was told that there was an email sent out to local dealers that that belt is unavailable, as in you can't get it. We looked, we had our local dealership look to see if they could get us one, an emergency acquisition. And unfortunately, our local dealer doesn't have it. And that belt, personally, I think is fine. Like, we can run it this year, and I think we can run with confidence. The issue that we run into is, if it does fail, how far are we going to have to drive to find one? And then once you get in season, what are the chances that the ones that were closer aren't that much farther away? Because the closest one I think we can go, well, the next dealership other than the local Sloan's is El Cater to us. So I mean, you're talking about 2 hours, hour and a half, depends on how you drive. So this is what I'm dealing with. This is before I change this out, but this is your power plug that goes into the wiring harness for the camera. This is the 3-pin plug for the cab, for that power strip. So you see how it's got 3 pins. The 4640, we installed one of those power plugs on it also, so we have the monitor, the air pump for the corn planter, my USB plug-in, and oh gosh, I think we got 3 or 4 things plugged in it. So they're handy if you need to find convenient power in the cab. And what I'm missing, I trimmed this piece back, this orange wire, which this is the one out of the other harness. What I'm going to end up doing, I can do it dirty. I really don't want to. I mean, I want to do this right. So what I'm going to do is cut it clean back here. I'm going to cut it clean back here. Peel this rubber or plastic, rubber, like we're looking at, rubber, piece back. Get some heat shrink over top of it. Solder it. And then put it back in. So at least that much is done in the combine. What Dad and I were working on Sunday, which I've been so busy, I can't, I haven't had a chance the last 2 days to even begin to look at this. But the 9770 comes with a monitor bracket or a monitor hanger pre-installed. But the problem is the way it was set up, or we had it set up last year, the monitor was like right in your face. So what we were in the process of doing, we were making a back plate, and this is the piece that the face of the bracket that sits up in the corner of the combine. It's already got some pre-drilled holes. Imagine if we had a John Deere monitor, we could probably, you know, come up with something really quick and easy to make that work. But on this plate, if you guys can see it without the light reflecting on it, we have the bolt holes figured out off of this mounting bracket, because this mounting bracket is what is mounted on the back of the Agwater monitor. So we use that as a template to know what we need for holes here. We want to drill them out so that way we can mount this to the back of the Agwater monitor. What we're doing here is I have to figure out how to make this work so we can get all 4 of the mounting screws in the back of the monitor. And the problem with that is it means we gotta cut out, like notch that out, notch this little piece out, and a little bit on each side, to be honest with you. That's fine. I mean, I'm not really worried about damaging the integrity of this bracket because it's all cleaned up. Our intentions were we're going to go through and lay a bead of weld around it, so that way, I mean, we have a monitor that's worth several $1,000s hanging, you know, in your face. You don't want to risk the thing, you know, falling off your face or falling on you. And that'll be a future, just an update video. I don't think I'm gonna have to make a video about doing that. No, I just really wanted you guys to see this because I made the last video talking about this, how it was powered all the time. Well, if you connect your power to the red wire, that's exactly what you're going to get no matter what the key switch is on. The orange wire is what I have to do, and it'll only power it when the key switch is on. So those cab cams will come on every time you turn the key on. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the update, or watching the update. I'll catch you later. And you know what? I figured I might as well show you guys a little trick I learned off of Instagerm. And it's simple, it's subtle, but when you're by yourself, it works. Because soldering used to be a pain in the butt, because when we used to solder, typically in the past, just imagine that these are all stripped back. So normally in the past when we've tried to solder, we'd put our flux on everything, and you know, then we'd take it and set it side by side so you have a nice little area you can drop that flux down, or your solder down into. And the problem is if you got 2 wires that are opposing each other or any kind of weight on them, like what we got through here, that's what I deal with. Granted, I can have it down on the wood too, but I mean, this wood bench has been on fire more times than any of us will be able to count. And just like that, it sometimes takes 3 hands to do it, where you go through and you get them covered in flux. I got heat shrink already on here, minus the dog hair. Then what I do is make sure that I'm connecting the right wires, because I'm distracted trying to talk. But then I actually hook them. Create little hooks like that, so that way then I'll take it and crimp it down over each other like that, Then I'm able to solder it, and I don't have to worry about it pulling apart or having somebody here trying to do a balancing act, trying to get everything lined up. That way, when I'm done, then I just slide the heat shrink over, and I actually got a pretty clean solder. So that's it for that. I just figured some of you guys might be interested in that.